When I was younger, I was given a diagnosis, for want of a better word, by health professionals, i.e. the GP, to have like hyperanxiety. I guess it's good that you have some kind of understanding or that there is something going on around hyperanxiety and what that means for you. But there were many factors in my life probably that are potential causal reasons for like anxiety, hyperanxiety. It was adopted, transracial adoption. So, I lived in a very rural area. And although I identified as a young person from that Lincolnshire area that I was from, I'd quite often be reminded that I guess visually there was difference, or I was different, often being sort of stared at, I think, as I'd walk up the street, things like that, because of difference. I don't think that came from a bad place, but it made you acutely aware of that difference. Being young, growing up, not quite knowing who you are, where you want to be, stress and anxiety around socialization, stress and anxiety around sex, bodies, and that. Do you know what I mean? It was some of it was unique, others was just quite regular. It's not like you're given the strategies necessarily, or it's you talk about these topics and subjects, but it's not really a discussion around the emotions that arise from them or what you do about those. I'd say. So when I was older, and there are a few things that probably happened in life and how I was dealing with certain things, probably not the most appropriate way. Just reactions to like aggression or situations and things in life. But it was quite a funny story actually. My mum said you need to go with your, we call her an auntie as a family association, but she paid for me to go to the one of the Buddhist centres in Cardiff. And again, that for me, that was really interesting because it was an introduction to that philosophy around Buddhism, like the meditation side, but then I kind of understood about not holding on to things as such, and how much or how little control do we really have in our life and lives. And then sometimes if it's about that struggle, it's about acceptance of the things that you can't really control as such, and how you sort of mindfully recognize it but don't attach to it. It's quite powerful things there. It's the understanding of that conscious awareness of that moment. So mindfulness could be the acknowledgement of your body and its connection to the chair. It could be your acknowledgement of sounds or no sounds around you. It could be acknowledgement of your breath or breathing. For instance, when you're having potential like anxious thoughts, or some people in the health world might say like the intrusive thoughts. And it could be around anxiety, so it might be like you're walking into a place, how are they going to perceive me, how are they going to take me, is there going to be a threat, is there not, I don't know this place. So thoughts that might be coming up in your mind, recognition of your breath and breathing. So to be consciously aware of those things and to just accept that that doesn't define you. You don't have to hold on to those thoughts. If your breathing pattern becomes sort of not erratic, but higher or heavier, acknowledgement of that, and then taking the conscious breaths to make sure you slow your breathing down. So for me, mindfulness, it's just about that conscious awareness of you, your body, your thoughts, which does take an element of practice, but the understand of that gave me the tools to be able to work on the anxiety,